boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one with a fresh haircut. Does anybody see the tape up that I did? Let me lean down. Do you see the tape up? Ladies and gentlemen, this tape up took me less than 1 minute, okay? It is probably the best tape up I've done in terms of being parallel to the ground. It is probably the best tape up I've done, especially in such a short time. I mean, I was me. And I stepped back and I said, wow. So I finally cut my hair, so I'm doing a video. I've been home for a minute, dude. I've been home like 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, maybe, something like that. And I don't know. I was going to go live, right? No luck texted me. He's like, yeah, you want to go live? I was like, bro, we are on the way out of the house, for real. And he was like, man, I text Johnson Logic, we need to go live again. We do need to go live again, right? Text Johnson Logic about going live. I had plans on going live. I just never did it. I at least had plans on making a video. Clearly never did that as well. Anyways, here I am coming to you from the living room. Excuse me. Everything's going straight. PTO ends in a couple days. Paid time off. They say PTO at my job, so I'm trying to get my brain used to saying PTO. PTO is complete in a couple days. And it's about to be a wrap, man. Today, well, tomorrow is the last day I got to ride my motorcycle before I take it in to get it serviced and go back to work. Did not sell the motorcycle. Why didn't you sell the motorcycle? Number one, because the time when I came home, or the time when I was home when I was training for this job, when I was thinking about selling my motorcycle, the family went on vacation in South Dakota for like a solid week and a half or something like that. I don't really remember. And the motorcycle was what I had to go back and forth. You know what I mean? I was using the motorcycle so then I went to work and then I came back. Well, this time I was going to take the motorcycle back, but I was waiting to sell the truck. Truck sold yesterday and I'm about to leave back for work again. So anyways, I'm still looking at different options. We do really like the motorcycle, but I have a big thing about paying so much money for this bike, dude. And I'm not talking, last time I talked about it, people were talking about monthly payments and stuff. My focus is not on monthly payments. My focus is the total that you have to pay for the motorcycle, period. It's not about, can you afford it? I can afford the motorcycle. I'm talking about how much I have committed to pay toward the motorcycle. Made an emotional decision, just like I said in the last video. But we really enjoy the motorcycle. My wife and I have been riding motorcycles for 10 plus years now together, It's something we really enjoyed to do together. My now oldest daughter, she's 7 years old, man. She rides with me sometimes now. She really enjoys being on the back of the motorcycle. I mean, I think she enjoys it on the same level as my wife, Christina. I think she just got it in her blood, man. It's a blood thing. So, I don't know, like part of me wants to keep it, enjoy life. I totally get it, right? Got comments about it. Christina told me the same thing, to some extent. You got to enjoy life. You got to just relax. At the same time, like, man, that's a lot of money to just enjoy when I can commit it to something else. So, considering refinancing, I've thought about it, but I'm not totally sold on it, man. So, I actually talked to the bank earlier today, and I told them, look, give me a month. I'm going to think on it for a month, and I'll get back to you, So, I'm going to think on it for a month. Refinance or sell it. We'll see. Nevertheless, sold the truck yesterday. Cool story about selling the truck. So when I was at Prime, right before I became a trainer, this was like right before I became a trainer. Well, it started months before I became a trainer. This guy started contacting me, right? One of my subscribers. And he was like, hey man, we live near each other. Like you only live like an hour and a half away from me. We talked on the phone while I was driving a couple times. Really cool guy. First through email, I could tell like, nah, this is someone I could vibe with, right? Prior military, older guy, family, it's so on and so on and so on. I was like, I can vibe with this guy, right? We talked on the phone for a little while one time while I was driving and he was driving because he was doing a type of freight that wasn't commercial, right? So we talked on the phone. I was like, yeah, I could definitely vibe with this guy. So I told him like, okay, XYZ, I can become a trainer at this time, so on and so on and so on. Well, at that time, remember I started RDT. I think I had, Delta was her name. She never got on my YouTube channel. I had somebody, maybe it was Danielle, I can't really remember. I had somebody on my truck doing RDT, so I didn't become a trainer. I was going to wait to finish them off and then drop you off, go in for training at the same time, right? Something of that nature. Whatever the case may be, he was ready to come to Prime before I became a trainer. So at that time, Johnson's Logic was actually, back office, like off camera, talking to me about how bad he really wanted to buy his truck. He saved money to buy his truck. Like, that's all he talked about all day long, right? So he was basically in this position where he was like, dude, I am a strand of hair away from buying my truck right now. He's starting to make calls. He's starting to make moves, right? So one time while we were on the phone, he said something, he was going to do something to get a little extra push of capital. So when he went to Landstar, he got a little bit more in his pocket, make him feel a little bit more secure. So I was like, well, look, dude, if your timeline is XYZ, I got this guy who I've been contacting with, for so on, many months. And, this is a jam up guy. It's not one of these knuckleheads going to get on your truck and try to tell you I'm only working 4 hours a week and all this other stuff. But he's a pretty chill guy. So Ross ended up training him. So if you've been connected with me and Johnson's Logic channel for a while, you may remember there was a guy named Brian who broke a fuse or something. Remember Johnson's Logic was like, oh, my trainee broke something on my truck. It ended up being like a blown fuse. That was Brian, right? Brian trained on Ross's truck. Brian wanted to become an owner-operator, and Brian came by and bought my truck yesterday. Totally cool experience. He brought his brother-in-law with him, who is a very experienced diesel mechanic, you could tell. And they checked, we was out there in the rain, y'all. We was out there like 30, 45 minutes in the rain. I mean, by the time we came inside the house, me and Brian came inside the house to do title, bill of sale work. Bro, I'm looking at Brian reading, because I told him check my work, make sure everything, because you know how the DMV is. Make sure everything good on the paperwork, check my work. Bro, he in the kitchen, hat dripping rain, like he looked like some special ops type dude out there. You know how they be popping up out of the water all slow. So anyways, it was cool. Brian and his brother-in-law was here, man. It was cool to sell the truck to Brian. I really wanted to sell it to Brian because it was somebody I knew, because I empathized with his reason for wanting to go owner-op. So it was just cool to sell to Brian. So super grateful for that I sold the truck, sold it for not much less than I purchased it for, and got to sell it to a friend, so that was really cool. It was good to see Brian again, man. It was just awesome. I wanted to get some footage of me and Brian together and the sale of the truck, but it was pouring rain, and then by the time we got in the house, the girl's trying to sleep in bed. I didn't want to be on the phone in my kitchen making all this noise or whatever. So nevertheless, that was cool. Truck is sold, man. It's crazy seeing it drive away. I'd never heard the turbo spool from outside of the truck. Man, that thing is loud, dude. That's a cat motor. Yeah, that thing is loud when it's spooled up. But it was awesome, man. Cool to see it drive away. Hurt a little bit. Had good times with that truck, man. So I'll try to throw this picture up that I took. But anyways, it's cool. I'm glad that is off of my to-do list. Man, I don't know. I'm just glad it was off of my to-do list. When I transitioned into this job, that was on my to-do list as this big thing hanging over my head that I wasn't really taking care of, to be honest with you, not expeditiously. I got to get out of the shop, then got to find a buyer, got to clean it up. Well, I wasn't excited about posting it and conversing with people the whole time and scheduling when do you want to come by. I just really wasn't excited about it. So I kept putting it off because I did not want to go through that process of selling it. Now I was like, well, then I'm going to be over the road and then people going to be blowing me up and I got to tell them about my home time. And I just really wasn't in the mood for that, man. So to be able to sell it to Brian, somebody I knew who already has my phone number, talk to, didn't have to post it, meet a bunch of people, check voicemails, emails, so on and so on and so on, was awesome. It was ideal. So that's great. Getting back to work. I am excited to get back to work, to be honest with you. I've been home for a while. It's been great hanging out with the family, having a great time, hanging out with some friends who leased some acreage from me. And seeing their farm grow, being able to see that while I was home, that was really cool. Being able to see them in general, that was super cool. So it's been a great time at home, but it's time to get back to work. I have a pickup to do 4 or 5 days from now. I think it's 5 days from now, including today. It's middle of the day. 5 days from now. So, and it's only 1,000 miles away. It's actually like 1,100 miles away, but no. Or yeah. No. It's about 1,100 miles away. It's about, whatever. It's about 1,100. It's 2 days worth of work away. How about that? So we'll get that way. We'll have a day off of work, and then we'll go do that pickup the following afternoon after that. So it'll definitely be, we're not hard pacing this, yeah. I will say this about Circon, and we're going to wrap this up because I'm at 11 minutes. The pace is nice. I'm really digging the pace, man. They do not run you into the ground here, yo. This is a nice company position. I give it that. Yeah, I made some concessions. I don't book my own loads and do whatever I want or whatever. But this is a nice job, man. 40 days or so, 40 to 50 days in right now, I can say it doesn't seem like people are changing on me, right? People I interact with are still acting the same. Everybody, something happened when I got back to work. I got back to work like a couple weeks ago. We have an inspection bay. You got to pull through the inspection, just like, most terminals I've heard of, you got to pull through an inspection bay, but you inspect your own truck. Nobody's inspecting it for you, but you do have to pull through the inspection bay. Pulled through the inspection bay, got out the truck. Why did my dispatcher come down and tell me welcome home and handed me something? The fact that she said welcome home was like, wow, dude, thank you. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's like the little things, man. Truly, people go places where they are treated with dignity and respect. People go places where they are treated with dignity and respect. And at so many mega carriers, man, it seems hard to be treated with dignity and respect consistently. I get why, because the more people you have, the larger a company gets, the more knuckleheads you're going to get around you. But our customers treat us with dignity and respect. It just makes such a difference. Now, I think our customers treat us that way because of the nature of the business we do, right? Like we're going to hazmat places, and so they expect more out of us. And because they expect more out of us, they treat us with, that level of respect that they're expecting out of us. So totally appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. And not that that's a justifiable reason why you should treat someone with dignity and respect, is if you expect more out of them. It's a specialization and so on. I hope y'all caught that. I just didn't want to take so much time right. But, man, dude, it's been really cool being treated with dignity and respect. For example, when I got in my truck, my armrests would not adjust. They were just stuck. And not only were they stuck, they were stuck sticking high in the air. Like they're pointing to the sun while I'm trying to drive, right? Didn't check that before I left the terminal the first time. So when I left, I hit dude up who's in charge of parts and repairs and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, this chair is so uncomfortable, the armrest, there's no way to adjust absolutely anything. I got this lumbar spinal fusion on my back from an accident that I was involved in years ago. So on and so on and so on. Sure enough, when I got back to the terminal, 3 days before I got to the terminal, I hit him up and he was like, bro, I got your chair already. Bet, dog. Got to the terminal, and when I pulled in the inspection bay before my dispatcher came in, sure enough, 2 brand new chairs sitting on the bay for me and another driver. I was like, yo, thank you. Like some people would have been trying to just take the armrest apart, but it wasn't just that. It was my spinal fusion was literally like, bro, this junk is not a comfortable chair, but I got a legacy chair in my seat, in my truck now. I'm thinking the last driver maybe just broke a chair. Maybe they had to throw one in there real quick. I don't know, but it was not a legacy seat. So now I got a legacy seat in my truck now. You know what I mean? It's like the things like that, man, where you're just treated with dignity and respect. That's why their drivers have a higher level of satisfaction than so many other companies that I've been to. So I'm kind of excited to get back to work, to be honest with you. Not for money. I really don't know why. I think it's something about just routine of you're so used to being over the road or whatever. And, it's kind of excited to get back in your truck and Like I went to the truck yesterday because I put a mattress topper on my mattress because anybody who knows Peterbilt, they'd give you trash mattresses. Yo, I don't have no loyalty to Peterbilt. Y'all be giving us trash mattresses, cuz. Like, we love the truck, but the mattress y'all give us, like, if we didn't pay more for it, they give you like, it's like sleeping on pallets or something with a blanket on top. But so I put a mattress topper on top of that in addition to, well, I had a little egg carton mattress and then I bought a memory foam like 4-inch or something like that. So I put both of those are on my mattress now, whereas I only had the egg carton thing on there before. So I went there to do that and I cranked the truck up to charge the battery because I forgot to leave the APU on. Because I forgot, used to EPU, like, I don't know. No excuse, right? Forgot to leave the APU on. So I cranked the truck and it was like, oh man, cuz, you know what I mean? It was like, all right now. So excited to go back to work. Cool to know when I'm gonna be home. I was grateful that my dispatcher was able to and got me home like a day before my PTO day or something like that. So I was able to be at home and be available rather than trying to rush home. Because next time I come home, I actually have an appointment that I need to make, but I scheduled it pretty good. I put some cushion days before. So that's what's been going on. Anyways, I'm going to try to catch y'all live, man. It ain't going to be tonight because I got this thing to do later tonight. Probably going to ride my motorcycle today because I got to take it to get serviced tomorrow. So it ain't going to be tonight, man. I'm going to try to go live from the truck. Maybe that day. I got a day off of work in about 4 days. So maybe I'll do it then. Anyways, I'm about to check out. Just wanted to update y'all. You already know what the motto is. Work hard, play hard, sleep hard. Find you somebody to love. I love y'all. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe. It's all about why you believe it. Live free.